I was unloading groceries when the patrol car rolled in. Lights off, but presence loud enough to turn heads. The officer stepped out and asked my name, his tone neutral but firm. Before I could ask what this was about, Karen appeared from across the cul-de-sac like she'd been waiting for her cue. Arms crossed, chin high, she launched straight into it, claiming I'd threatened her, trespassed on HOA-controlled property, and refused to comply when she told me to leave. The officer listened without interrupting, nodding occasionally as she built her version of events. According to her, I was aggressive, dangerous, a repeat problem. She even insisted she'd warned me multiple times and that neighbors were afraid. I stood there quietly, holding a bag of apples, letting her talk herself into a corner. When she finally paused for breath, the officer turned to me and asked if I had anything to add. I told him the truth, calmly, that I'd parked in front of my own home, never raised my voice, and that Karen had followed me while recording on her phone, shouting HOA rules that didn't exist. I also mentioned something she hadn't expected: my security cameras. That was the moment her confidence cracked. The officer asked if there was video. I nodded and pulled up the app. Clear footage showed Karen storming into my driveway, blocking my path, yelling threats about fines and towing. No aggression from me, no trespassing, just her escalating while I asked her to step back. The officer watched silently, then asked to see more. Another angle showed her calling the police, loudly exaggerating the situation while pointing at my house like it offended her personally. By the time the video ended, the street felt very quiet. Karen tried to interrupt, insisting the cameras didn't show everything. Officer held up a hand and turned to her. He explained, carefully but unmistakably, that filing a false police report was serious. He asked why her statement didn't match the footage. She stammered, backpedaled, and finally claimed she'd been confused. The officer's tone shifted. He warned her that further calls like this could lead to charges and advised her to stop, contacting me entirely. Then he apologized to me for the inconvenience. As the patrol car drove away, Karen stood frozen, her authority evaporated. She never looked at me again. And since that day, the only thing she's enforced is her distance.